Welcome to Dad's DeFi Space. I'm Kevin, a father, a teacher, and a DeFi investor. Yesterday, a single post, $19 billion gone. And yet, some investors out there already saw it coming. This wasn't just the crypto markets, the stock market crash was just as brutal. So, let's talk about what really happened on October 10th and also how smart money didn't really flinch out there, in my opinion. On the morning of October 10th, Trump posted this: "We will no longer allow unfair Chinese tech to undercut American freedom. Under my plan, new tariffs are going to return hard." Now, the market did not wait for Congress' response, it just reacted violently. Stocks dipped, yield spiked, crypto, it bled out. Thanks, President Trump, for the buying opportunities, but it depends on how we look at it. Yesterday, the crypto market cap dropped pretty much $1 trillion. Market cap was down 10% in 24 hours, and that is the total crypto market cap. Bitcoin went down 8%, Ethereum almost 14%. Bitcoin dominance went up close to 3%, wicking way above 60%. And Ethereum outflows were $74 million. On top, all the leverage in the market was basically flushed out, and we suffered $19 billion of liquidations. Yesterday, we suffered the largest amount of Bitcoin exchange liquidations ever experienced. This was bigger than the COVID flash crash, the FTX and Luna crashes of last market cycle. Look, that's not noise. It's a serious reset in the market. But look, I don't believe this was fraud. I don't believe it was a broken protocol. This is just a macro shock in an over leveraged market. And it's a reminder in the crypto and DeFi space, we can't just trade charts. We also have to follow headlines and sentiment. If we look at the Bitcoin chart on the daily, what? Don't please. If you look at the Bitcoin price, our key liquidity zone was between $116,000 and 118.5, and this is where we suffered the greatest amount of liquidations. Yesterday, if you look at the exchange liquidation map right here, if we pull up the bull market support band, Bitcoin also wicked a huge distance below it, approximately 8%. Now, I hope you were able to scoop some up yesterday. We scooped a little bit of Ethereum and Sui and Tau, Aerodrome, a few others. And if you follow the channel, you know what those are. Of course, none of this is financial advice, just showing you my moves in the market. But the key zone that we will need to reclaim is the same zone that we lost between 116 and 118K. When that Trump tweet hit, that liquidation engine completely kicked in one by one, and this massive cascade effect. If I go into a lower time frame chart, you can see this massive wick all the way down to $105,000 on this exchange specifically. But what happened? Retail got caught up flat-footed. Sentiment flipped overnight. 1 minute, October. What was the next? Capitulation like meme coins. I got nuked. I got liquidated. My life is over. Threads everywhere on X. But here's the thing about capitulation moments. Mindset is of the utmost importance. Within my own DeFi investing and trading framework, we're going to observe the narratives, the charts, and wait. We want to let structure show itself before we make rash decisions. We got to trade the bias or be contrarian. We got to look at the data and look at the facts and make decisions not based off emotion. We flip bullish to be tactical and we flip bearish to be tactical. And even though we're not always right and it's not magic, with proper risk management, you can achieve greater gains in these markets. Look, avoid revenge trading and ego entries, right? One of my Bitcoin longs yesterday was stopped out early. Look, that's fine. My losses were small. That's why we use a stop loss. The lesson was big. And at the same time, we were running an Ondo trade, which killed it, which we'll show you in just a minute. So the bottom line, let the market come to you. Whether you follow or lead, or excuse me, you either choose to follow or lead. And we chose to lead yesterday. So, JP, right now you're looking at our private Telegram group. If you are curious and following how I am navigating this space, check out the link below. Membership is still free at the moment. But you can see the of our Ondo trade yesterday, 237%, which we took 50% profit on this. You can see the others chart taking a dump from yesterday we were discussing. And we'll keep everyone posted on some of our DeFi plays, which we were going long with some leverage on Aave, with Ethereum, AVAX, and also on Camino Solana. Again, I like to be truthful and show you how I'm navigating these markets. So yesterday we had a Bitcoin dominance long and over 100% profit along with the Ondo trade. BTC long that was stopped out, but they weren't lucky calls. Honestly, they were setups. They were structured in the liquidity zones, not hopium. And when sentiment bottomed out and exploded down yesterday, we were ready. So understand that the next move is not about predicting, it's about preparing in this market. We have to keep our eyes out for certain things on the charts. First and foremost, we need Bitcoin to hold $110 to $108,000. If Bitcoin breaks 110 to 108, we could easily have another 10 to 15% downside down to 100K, or at least the bottom of the range around 105. If Bitcoin dominance is staying greater than 60, 61%, we have to stay defensive. Alts will keep bleeding, but I'm going to be allocating into positions. Sentiment during this time tends to get committed. This could hint at a local bottom forming. So what do you do next? Look, you don't FOMO. You study, you prepare, and you wait for clean structure and fading fear, because that's where the edge is in this market. And if you made it through this without panic selling, you're already 90% ahead of everyone in the market, as long as we don't over leverage and liquidate our portfolio. If this helps you, please drop a comment, subscribe, hit that bell so you don't miss my next moves. Join our free Telegram group or check us out at dadsdefispace.org. So if this helps you, please drop a comment, subscribe, hit that bell so you don't miss my next moves. Join our free Telegram group or check us out at dadsdefispace.org. Help support the channel by checking out our links, non-KYC exchange, Blowfin, and Weeks. That is what I trade on. And stay tuned